Hey everybody, welcome to Every Damn Friday. I'm going to be 100% honest. I usually do my due diligence and I research the guests and all that, but today has kind of been a shit show. Um, I was My son has some chickens, and my dog's been getting in there. My dad called me today and said the dog's got one of the roosters again,
Oh,
and so I went home from work and been working on chicken coop for the last 3 hours. But here we are, and I'm super duper excited. Uh, Mr. Nathan Bess, how you doing, my man?
doing good, brother. How you doing?
Well, like I said, I'm out of the chicken coop, so it's all
Yeah.
good. But I'm dusty and dirty and smelly but hey, man, farm life.
Hey, there you go, dude.
I said all that because normally I would like stalk you on all of the socials and Google you and do all those things because
Yeah.
the Rugged Revival guys over in England are who kind of tipped me off on you. But I have been listening to music all weekend, so I'm in with that. Like I'm a fan, but I don't know any of your background or any of the stories. So this is going to be a discovery podcast for me because
Cool.
a lot of times I already know a lot about the people that are on here. So you're from West Virginia, right?
Yeah. So born and raised in Charleston.
And you got a
Um,
fantastic mustache.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, we try over here.
so, uh,
Um,
so from Charleston, that's capital city, correct?
yeah.
West Virginia.
Yep.
Uh, so, man, like, what? How did all this get started for you?
Well, I've always loved music and stuff. And then a buddy of mine that I'm close with, Bryce, he was kind of pushing me for a while to like do it. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, you have to, like, people need to know you can sing, bro. You can sing. Like, but I didn't want to believe it.
Isn't it funny
And
how
so
that
I was
works?
trying. Yeah, man, it's
I,
crazy because you're just so like, I just didn't want to be one of the like American Idol audition people that really think they're great and then like they have no clue that they're just
well,
not good.
man, that is the artist's plight because you're I think you know you're good, and that's why you pursue it, and that's why you work at it and you keep doing it. But you still have that insecurity that like the devil on your shoulder that's like maybe these people are just being nice to you,
Absolute.
but
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
maybe they just feel bad for you and they're not telling you the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
even when my band had a video on CMT, I was like,
Yeah.
is this just my grandma like calling in you know
Yeah.
and you don't
No,
ever
I
get over
agree.
that, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going away anytime soon. So,
Well,
uh,
if it goes away, that means you turned into an asshole.
yeah, I think so. I think you're right, man. I think it's good to kind of always have that little, not really, I don't want to say doubt, but like you said, like you just have that, all right, I still got to be on my shit because we don't know, you don't want to get too
It
comfy.
well, and there's always that you're doing it for you. You're writing the songs for you, and you're hoping that they relate to other people. But at
Yeah.
the same time, there's always that chance that there's that person in the crowd that can maybe change your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're obviously pursuing it. So it's like,
Yeah.
is that booking agent? Is that other artist that's like, I'm looking for an opener?
Yeah.
See, so you can't ever really relax.
No, yeah. No. Yeah,
So
because you're always like, oh man, because every show like feels like that. You know what I mean? Because you're always like, all right, this could be the one where somebody's there where it could make some other opportunities happen. And usually it does. Like, at least from what I found, like even if it's just like, hey man, we'd like to have you back sometime, or another person's there that owns a bar down the street or something, or some kind of venue close by, and
and
they
that's
want
what
you
you'll
to come.
find. Like, how old are you?
29.
All right, you're still a pup.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's like that is the business to me, and that is also the rewarding part
Yeah.
is the relationships, man. Like I've got people that could never help me with my career that are still like people that I talk to all the time and I'm checking in on, or like you said, man, it's just like sometimes you go in like you were playing at the basement, you know,
Yeah.
and you had Vans on, which I thought was pretty kick ass. Uh, but but I played at the basement and there's like 20 people there,
Yeah.
and but that's 20 people that decided to be there, and that maybe have 1,000 friends that they're the tastemaker on in their Facebook algorithm,
Yeah.
and it's just that's the exciting part too. Like you have to approach every show like like this is the most important show that I've played.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's kind of like you kind of owe the person that I think I've had people travel to come to shows and I didn't know beforehand. You know what I mean? Like I feel like keeping that in your mind is also like you owe it to the
It's the
person
Michael
that's
Jordan
traveling.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Play every game, dude. Like it,
Yeah.
yeah, because you never
Yeah.
know what 12-year-old's there that's like, oh man, I want to be like Jordan, and he's excited to see you play.
Well, because I heard, and I know you probably don't watch interviews with Luke Bryan, but I saw him say one time, as a vocalist, like he had made the comment, you can't go for it every night because you're on
Hmm.
tour and like you're trying, like you have to kind of save something and make sure you don't lose your voice. But I'll
Hmm.
be honest with you, man, like when you're in the moment, like you said,
Yeah.
you don't like those people came to watch
Yeah.
you like go for it, not phone it in.
Yeah. I don't even think I could hold back anyway. That's crazy. I've never heard anybody say that. I don't think I could hold back anyway.
Well,
That's yeah.
yeah. Again, like I'm not telling you to go read the Luke Bryan autobiography. So, so you're 29. You're from West Virginia. Your buddy says, "Get off your ass and go start playing in front of
Yes.
people." And
Yeah.
so, how long has that been going on now?
It's June 20th of last year. So yeah.
And you got 115,000 Spotify followers.
Yeah, man. It's been crazy fast. Things happening like I don't know. It's just wild.
Now, are
Spotify's
you in the
been
TikTok
crazy.
space also?
No, not really. My TikTok following, I think I just got a little bit over 1,000 or something.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better
Instagram,
about myself.
yeah, dude. Yeah, I just never can. I'm that's the part I'm worse with is like I just really don't get into making the content. I need to. I'm changing that. I'm tricking myself into doing it
Well,
more. But
and like for me, this podcast is a way for me to make content that doesn't feel like I'm making content about myself.
yeah,
Because it is like the worst. Like I hate
yeah,
like, hey guys, it's
yeah,
me again.
yeah, man. That's
Have you
it.
listened
Never
to my
feels good.
this? I'm back for the 50th time telling you about my new single.
Yeah, exactly, man. It feels like you're annoying people, but I mean, it's part of the thing now. I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
and what I've read is that the way the algorithms work, it's like you're going to get tired of it long before your audience does because they
Yeah,
may not see it until the third ad. They may not
yeah,
see it until the fifth time you said something
yeah,
because of the way that nonsense works.
yeah,
Uh, Yeah, man. I mean, I'm on my phone all the time, and I try to cross post, and I try to do all the smart things,
yeah.
but I
It's
feel
a
like I'm
lot,
chasing
man.
my tail.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I've only been playing for about a year.
Yeah.
How extensively have you toured?
Not too extensively. I have gotten out of West Virginia a good bit. Starting to do more Ohio and like Maryland stuff, which is cool.
Right.
And then
Kentucky's
I
right
got
here.
Atlanta. Oh, I know, dude. Trust me. I'm coming to Lexington June 5th. I'll be at
Okay.
Twisted Cork. Yeah.
Nice.
So me
Very
and
good.
Cody Christian will be there. Yeah. Yeah. I got friends in Lexington too. I'm a fireman at South Charleston. One of our guys went from South
That's why
Charleston.
you got the
Yeah.
mustache.
That's the mustache. That's where it comes in.
Uh-huh.
But one of our guys went to Lexington. He's on Lexington Fire there, and I know a couple other people there too.
Okay.
So,
One of my
yeah.
best buds is a Louisville Fire. He's a
Okay,
captain.
cool. Nice.
I know how crazy y'all are.
Yeah, man. It's a
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah, that's
character
not
that's
coffee in that mug. I know what's up. Because if you're not on today, that means you're off for a while, and you're not going to do
Yeah,
anything about saving lives. You're going to
that's
be
exactly right.
killing
Yeah,
brain
yeah, yeah.
cells.
Yeah, I worked yesterday. I'm off for 24, and I got a 48 coming up the next 2 days. But we're gonna push through
I should say, hopefully you don't get too many calls to where you have to stab somebody with Narcan or something.
it. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah,
We don't have to talk about the life of a fireman, but that is awesome though. Like, so
yeah.
you have and this is something that's interesting to me because I did music I had a career and was playing
Hmm.
music. I taught high school. Then I took
Hmm.
like 4 years off because I felt like I've got to go full time music.
Yeah,
I owe it to myself to do this thing.
yeah.
And then, of course, COVID happened, and
Mm.
thankfully I had went ahead and started back at my career, and um, it's interesting to me, and now I'm in a job where I have a lot of flexibility. I can play
Mhm.
music, and I can do the work, and I can kind of keep a balance. Uh, how is that like? How does that work for you? Because to me, it's interesting when somebody is working and doing this at the same time. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people kind of shit on that.
Yeah.
Like, brother, you gotta go all the way in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
Well, I also gotta. Yeah.
looking back, I could have done 99% of the stuff that I did and kept my job and not put
Yeah.
my whole family like in peril, you know?
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. Is like they can say that all they want, like, oh, you got to go full in, but like until it's really making a profit for you, like you still got bills and stuff. But I'm lucky that this is probably the perfect job for this. I feel like because we work every third day. It's 24 hours on shift and then 48 hours off. And then we have built in what they call Kelly days. So like every 10th shift, you get paid off or whatever. So that's an automatic. It pretty much works out to about once a month. You got 5 day stretch, and we
You can
have a
probably
union, obviously.
trade shifts and
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We have a union that allows us to trade shifts with people, and that's why I'm working a 48 coming up because a guy worked the 11th for me so I could play a show. So that's how I'm doing it. Is just kind of
and if
interchanging
there ain't no
shifts and
fire, you can be sitting in the firehouse with your guitar writing
absolutely,
songs.
man. Yeah, there is a lot of downtime to it too. So like there's been multiple times where I've been sitting there and just wrote something at the firehouse or just played around, use it to practice or whatever every now and then. I mean, there's obviously stuff we do throughout the day, but in
Right,
the
right.
evening time we do kind of have some downtime in between calls and stuff, so it allows for that.
So so I've listened to a lot of stuff. Obviously you have a new single, a recent single, Way She Goes.
Yeah,
Uh, and but I've been really listening to uh, I guess it's part two,
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah,
EP.
yeah,
Uh, and also, man, something about the smell is
dude, yeah,
listen, you're gonna get called in for a random drug test if you
yeah.
don't watch it.
That's what everybody keeps talking about. And multiple people have been like, "Dude, you're definitely city's watching. They're definitely going to have to
You're on. So
test you." Yeah.
I used to have my CDL, and I was a high school teacher, but I didn't have a route,
Mm.
so I always got random drug tests because they didn't want to lose one of their regular daily drivers. They knew that if
Yeah.
I failed, like it was no big deal. But
Man.
I got tested every month. It was
Oh
insane.
no.
So watch out. You
All
start
right.
writing songs about
Head on
drinking on
swivel.
the job or something, it's
Yeah.
all over.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely
So
not going to do that.
so family, are you single guy?
No. Yeah. Me and my girlfriend live together, so yeah.
It sounds pretty serious.
Yeah. Very serious. Yeah.
And she's 100% on board with all the stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, very supportive. She's involved with it and stuff. She likes making the graphics and stuff sometimes for like some
Okay.
show flyers and stuff. She's good with that stuff. So
My wife is 100% okay with me doing it, but like, don't make me do anything. Like,
yeah,
leave me
yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
it. Hey,
She
like,
wants to be separate from it. She's like, go do your thing. I'm over
yeah,
here. Yeah.
I need it, but you better be making money because if you're going to be gone, then there better be a benefit for me.
Oh yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
how'd you get hooked up with the Rugged Revival guys?
So I'm pretty sure TJ followed me pretty early on.
Okay.
Because like I said, I've literally haven't even had an Instagram and stuff since. I mean, last June was when I made it. So like all this stuff is so fresh. But he followed me, and they were just showing me a lot of love early on. And they reached out and they were like, "Hey, you want to do the podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it. That's fine." Because
Well,
I want to do interviews and stuff, so it's
it is
fun.
so this is what's great for me because I just got back from England,
Yeah.
and it we are in an interesting place geographically, you and I, where we could throw a rock and hit a fantastic country, Appalachian singer songwriter in every direction.
Yes.
So you really, you feel like you're banging your head up against the wall trying to make traction, right?
Hmm.
I, Terry's been, we've been buddies for a long time now, and other people that are over there, like you kind of get. I've had some friends that have played over there, and I'm just like, screw it, I'm going to England. I'm gonna try this out.
Yeah.
And man, it was such an invigorating experience because we kind of get bogged down in the well, you're not really from Appalachia, you're from Central
Hmm.
Kentucky, and
Yeah.
but man, over there it was 100% just like, oh, you're
Yeah.
from America.
Yeah, they just want to enjoy the culture, man.
Yeah,
They enjoy the different. Yeah,
yeah. And so it was like it didn't matter the genre, it didn't matter, and it kind of like reignited my excitement. It not to say that I wasn't excited, but you
I
kind
know
of
what you mean.
you I mean, I'm self-aware. I'm 45 years old. I have white in my beard. Ageism is a real thing, and uh, I look around at all these super talented young people, and I'm like, man, there's no room in this game for me anymore. And and you go over there, and they're like, oh, this is great. This
Yeah,
was a
man.
magical evening, and I'm like, I'm coming
Yeah,
back. Like, how awesome!
yeah, yeah.
But then it also makes you excited to get back in front of your people and be like, you know what? Yes,
Yeah,
it's about the songs, and it's about your personality and the show.
yeah.
And but you still better get on there and make Instagram posts and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So you recorded those at home, I guess.
No, I actually went to Nashville to record those. So
Heck
I
yeah.
record. Yeah, I recorded at Ocean Way.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Yeah, man. It was cool. We got like, so me and same friend Bryce, we went and it was just kind of like a random. Didn't know who the engineer was going to be. Didn't know anything. We were just like,
You
we're
just
just going
booked
to
the
try it out.
time.
Yeah, we just booked a time and it worked out. We got Tate Sablatura. He's great. Ended up being perfect for it. He knew exactly what I wanted to do. I told him basically the idea I was going for was like I wanted it to sound like me and somebody, whoever the listener was just chilling in a room with me, or maybe me and a fiddle player, and we were just
Put a
playing
mic in the
music,
middle of the
hanging
room,
out.
and
Yeah, man. I just wanted it to sound like we are just hanging out, and I was playing some music. So I think he crushed that, and
well, you're
so they were
spoiled,
all
man. Like,
recorded the same. Yeah.
because Ocean
Oh
Way is
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, it's great, man. Yeah, it's great. So
Because they did like an old church, like
yeah, it's an old school church. There's like some wild history with it too. He was kind of telling me about. I guess there was like some kind of cult leader guy that used to like own it back in the day. Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name, but
there's so many. I was lucky to get to record in a couple Nashville places, and it was just like reams and I mean, I guess they're not super special because there's thousands of people that have recorded in all those places. But to me,
yeah,
as a guy who didn't get to do that very much, it was always just like, man, like
yeah,
this Elvis Presley could have used this mic, or Dolly
yeah,
Parton recorded in here, or Hank Jr. probably
yeah,
spilled a beer on this console.
yeah, man. It's cool to like be a part of. Yeah, like there's so many cool records cut there, and like I'm right with you on that. Like it feels cool just being in those spaces where like greats have been. So
So obviously the songs are doing great on Spotify. Like that,
yeah,
like I was super impressed when I went on there. I'm like, he's only got like 6,000 Instagram followers, but he's got this
yeah,
song has half a
yeah,
million plays.
yeah, dude.
What do you attribute that to? I mean, just
So so what I attribute it to, we do run ads with the music, like so, like we put it in front of people's faces.
okay.
So basically, once they click in, like if they like how it sounds or whatever, they'll click in. They choose what service they use. So if they're Apple Music, whatever, they'll hit that. If they're Spotify, they'll hit Spotify, and then it just kind of takes them to it. It's just like an easy way for people to access it. And then after that happened for a little bit, Spotify just kind of takes over because once you're hitting those metrics that they like, they put you in so many playlists. I'm
Isn't
in
that
like
crazy how that
most of
works?
my, yeah, dude, it's crazy because most of my streams come from like other artist radios where they've just like added me in and
Because
related
you are
artists
in there.
related
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So it's crazy. That's what I attribute it all to because I mean it's been wild because I
Now,
haven't
is
played
that
around
something
much.
that you budget to like monthly? Like you're trying to like you continue to do that?
Yeah, we mainly try to just focus it when we have releases, and I'm saying we because me and my buddy Bryce, like I said, I would be nothing without that guy, dude. He's awesome. He knows like he's the marketing guy. He's the one
Gotcha.
doing the ads and stuff. So, um, but anyway, we try to do it like for releases and different stuff, so that way it just kind of gives it a little extra help getting off the ground. And then once you get those metrics, like you said, you don't really have to do much. Like Spotify literally takes over for you. So
That's crazy because for me, so I did a little bit of advertising, and I was on some cool like curated playlists like Whiskey
yeah,
Riff and some of that kind of stuff. But then eventually that those are like weekly playlists.
exactly. So you get swapped in and out.
So then it's like after a month, like you go from 50,000 listeners back down to,
Yeah.
oh, I'm back to 1,000, back
Yeah,
to
exactly.
reality.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I'm waiting on right now, is see where it plateaus and where it drops to, because when the first release, so part one, when it came out, I think the highest it got up to was around 20 or so. And then the second, part two, it got up to 30, but then it crested back down. I mean, it was still maintaining around like 10 or 11 for a long time. And then we put Way She Goes out, and then the metrics just like, I don't know if we just, yeah, it was crazy, man, because then it just feeds everything. Something about the smells driving a bunch.
Yeah.
People are, yeah, I mean,
They
that's
like to
helping
see that
everything.
little explicit. People like to
Yeah.
eat, man.
Yeah, I'm sure that does help. I've never even thought about that. Yeah.
But it, but it,
Hmm.
but that's also like I say I don't like all the stuff,
Yeah.
but I really would like to, and it's fun to try to figure out the algorithm stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like what day do I get the best response on my
Hmm.
posts? You know,
Yeah.
do the stories do better? Does an actual
Yeah.
post do better? You know, is anybody even looking at Facebook story? You know, it's like
Yeah.
I find myself looking at the insights a lot,
Hmm.
not to see, not to be like, oh yeah, this one got a lot of likes, but it's like,
Yeah.
but you're
I'm just
comparing and
curious.
contrasting. Like, did the picture of me and a kitty cat, did that drive a lot of people to my page? Or
Yeah.
and the serious thing that I tried to post, like nobody cared about. You know, you just never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and there's so much data with everything now. Like, dude, sometimes I just don't even want to see nothing. Like, I'm so thankful Bryce handles a lot of it, because I don't even want to see. Like, there's just so much to it, man. I mean, it's.
So, have you had any interest from labels, managers, booking agents?
I've had a couple of management companies reach out, just kind of have phone calls and stuff. Yeah, there's definitely been some people calling, which is cool. It's always exciting. I still don't even really know what I like want with that. Like, I want to get a legitimate tour, so if somebody can help with that, that would be great. Um, I
You
would
don't need a
definitely like to
manager
do
for
that.
that.
Yeah, that's the main thing, is I'm trying to just figure out who I need and what I need. Because like I said, dude, I mean, all this is so new to me, and it's so much at once that it's hard to.
Well, and it's one of those things too where like you you have something. It's you're not begging for people to help you.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing like you don't like right now on Spotify. You don't need any help,
yeah,
but you've got that kind of carrot to dangle and say, "Hey, I got a lot of listeners. You
yeah,
know, you want to put me in front of your guy? I'm pretty cheap solo. Like, let's go."
yeah,
And and you definitely bring it in the live videos that I saw. So it's like,
yeah.
um, but yeah,
Thank you.
that's a weird thing too because the way the music business used to be 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you had to have a manager because they were the only ones that could talk to anybody. You needed an
Hmm.
agent, you needed a lawyer, you needed all these things before you even
Hmm.
got a label. And I just, I think those people are full of shit now. Like you just, like, I mean, I just signed with a label, but this is like very unconventional. And they're just
Yeah,
like, we want to make great records. And
yeah,
like we'll take most of the physical points, but you own your songs. Like
nice.
that's a rarity because I really try to talk them out of it. I'm like you don't want to sign me. Like I'm not gonna go play 300 shows. You know, like
Yeah,
I don't. You're not gonna make any money, and I don't want to owe you any money. Uh,
yeah.
but it is definitely a whole different world, and
Hmm.
like you've got a lot of the stuff that people are looking for. So that's and you know you're not faking Appalachia. You're
Yeah,
right smack dab in the middle of it.
yeah.
You
Sure
know,
am. Yeah.
I did always love driving through there in the gold dome of the Capitol building, which is
Oh
like
yeah,
kind of pop up out of nowhere.
yeah,
It's a beautiful place.
yeah, man. Oh yeah, I love it. I love living here. It's absolutely breathtaking.
It's a and having gone to England, like it's beautiful over there. But I kept looking around, going, man, this looks like home. Like
Yeah,
I know why Scotch Irish people settled in our areas because they probably thought,
the
this looks just
similarity.
like home. So summer's coming up.
Hmm.
You have like some festival stuff? Like what type of shows can
uh,
people kind of find you at?
yeah, the festival stuff I'm still working out. I don't know if there's just I mean, I've applied to a few. I don't know if you just need like more connections for stuff like that. I got a pretty cool
Yes
show
and
in
no.
Atlanta.
I will say this:
Yeah.
like, so if it's like let's say it's a June festival, they're
Hmm.
booking those in October the year before.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but then some. Like literally, I'm on a festival in September in Idaho,
Mm.
and it was literally a cold call, like DM on TikTok.
Wow.
You know, like you just never know.
Yeah, comes out of nowhere. Yeah.
And I'm playing a really cool festival. Well, I say really cool because they've done something cool. It's the Pepsi Gulf Jam. Traditionally has been like a pop country type festival,
Mm.
and it still has like a night with Lainey Wilson as a headliner and Blake Shelton, and you know, but they've got one night where Tyler Childers is the headliner, Red Clay Strays is second on the
Oh
bill. Uh, Trying to think who else, and I'm the 1 o'clock show that day, but it's like
yeah,
the night to be there. You know,
dude,
Sam
that's awesome,
Barber.
man.
You
Yeah.
know, but uh, but man, that again, that's just one of those like you reach out to some people, they're like, yeah, do you want to open up this day? And I'm like, yeah, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pay you. Like you don't have to pay me.
Yeah, just put
I'll
me out there, dude.
I'll
Yeah.
payola that show.
Yeah. No
So
doubt.
but you got a lot of shows lined up, or is it still just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
intermittent?
we're doing good with getting stuff booked. I got Eddie's Attic coming up in Atlanta. I'm so excited about that one. So that one's going to be cool. That's July 2nd, and we got that Lexington show with Cody, and then the next day we're playing in Lewisburg here in West Virginia.
Okay,
Um, I got the Loud in Huntington coming up May 10th. I'm super excited about that one, man. That's going
man,
to
that's
be
a place that I always wanted to play, and just it never
yeah,
worked out.
yeah. I got super fortunate this one worked out. I love the guys on the bill with me too. Dale Blankenship, Sam Eplin.
Oh yeah.
Two really great guys. Me and Dale played a couple times together at the Empty Glass and stuff. So
So I have a barn here at home on the farm that I've converted into a venue, and I
oh,
do two
nice.
shows a year. And I've got a West Virginia boy playing my May 2nd show. John R is coming.
John R. Miller's coming.
Yeah, and
Oh
so
man,
he's the headliner, and I've got the Creekers are the second, and then Candy Jenkins is it, and then I'm like the MC. I'm the court gesture.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
welcome
gotcha.
to my barn.
Hell yeah, man.
Have a beer and watch this great music. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the middle. We're not really in Appalachia, so I'm in like central Kentucky.
Okay.
I'm like 50 minutes from where Bill Monroe was born.
Yeah.
Uh, but the people here, what they they get regular, Clear Channel radio, so
Mm,
they're listening to all the mainstream hits. So
yeah.
about 3 years ago, I started bringing people that I was fans of in, and it took a while for them to kind of get like they're like, I don't know any of these songs. I'm like, but is it good? They're like, well, yeah, it's good. I'm like, just sit your ass down. You brought
yeah.
your cooler with you. Have you a drink and just listen. I promise you
Yeah.
will be a fan. And then go buy all their T-shirts and CDs and records so they can get to the next show. And
Hmm.
now that group of people that come every time, like they'll look at other people and be like, I'm trying to listen to this guy. Like
Yeah.
you can talk in between songs, like So it's really
Yeah.
turned into a cool little thing right here in the
Dude,
middle of
that's
nowhere.
awesome.
It, again, I'm a fan probably first,
Yeah.
and things like that and things like this. I've got to meet and get to know a lot of really cool people, including
Yeah.
yourself. Because if the barn ever catches on fire, I need you know,
Yeah, dude. Call me, man.
it's 100 years old. By the time you get there,
Shoot.
it'll probably go up like a matchstick.
I'll tell you what, if you got John R. Mill playing, it is gonna catch on fire, dude. I love him, bro.
I'm excited.
They're so good.
Hey,
All of them.
May 2nd, if you want to
May
come
2nd.
on.
Yeah. May 3rd, I got a barn show of my own in
Oh,
right outside of Philly, basically.
okay.
I think it's Salisbury,
You know,
Pennsylvania. Now it's slipping on my Salisbury or something like that.
okay.
Now I feel
That is neat about where you're at
bad.
because people think West Virginia, middle of nowhere.
No, we're in a
You're
good
really
spot.
close to DC. You're really close to Pittsburgh. You're really close to Cincinnati. You're really close to.
Hmm.
I mean, you could probably be in New York City
Yeah,
in what?
Carolina. Yeah, I think New York's like 10 or so
That's
hours. I
that's a little,
think.
that's a lot, but
Yeah.
but you've got a lot really close. Baltimore, maybe. Just
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
then
Yeah, we
you
got
got.
like
I got
Lexington too.
Louisville. I got Louisville, Lexington, and Nashville. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Even Nashville, it's 6 hour drive, or maybe like 5.5. But where they're behind an hour in time, like you kind of, I mean, and when you're going in,
It's
it's great.
awesome
So
when you go. It
yeah,
kicks
when
your
you
ass
come
when you're
home,
on your way home.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I live on the time zone line between Eastern and Central, so
Okay,
I've been fast time, slow time my whole life.
yeah.
It messes your brain up.
Oh man,
So what should people be looking out for? Are you recording more music? You got more
yeah,
stuff on the way?
yeah. I definitely have some stuff that I'm about to record. I do have 3 that I've already recorded, but I don't know how I feel about them, so I don't know if I want to put them out. I'm so weird about certain stuff like that.
Hey,
So
hey,
sometimes I
life
feel
is
like,
short. Release the
yeah,
music.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I need. There's like one where I'm like, oh, I could definitely do a better take. What was I thinking on that? But yeah,
I listen. I used to be precious about that stuff too,
yeah,
and that's a jab. Like, don't be precious
yeah. Just let it go.
because if you do a perfect take, then when people come and watch you,
Yeah,
you
true.
have to do a perfect take, or they go, that must have been
Yeah,
production magic.
yeah, it's true.
But if it sounds like, man, that he kind of missed that note, but I could tell like he's in it.
hmm
You know, sometimes like I kind of got goosebumps just thinking about it. Like I like one of my favorite bands ever is the Black Crows. Uh,
hmm
you know, they cut live. They'd mess stuff up, and it's like, but they were capturing a moment and
hmm
a feeling. And if you do 100 takes on a vocal, by the time you get to 98, uh,
Yeah, yeah,
you're not
yeah. I would
feeling those
never do.
words
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
I say, put that shit out, buddy.
yeah. True. You're
Give
right.
give
You got me
give the people
motivated
what they
now.
want.
Now you got me motivated to do it.
Well, but at the same time, too, man, it's like there's no bad content, and
Yeah.
just like you're talking about, keeping the algorithm going. It's like right now, I'm working on songs, but I'm like, I've got this label deal now, so I don't really want to like put songs out on my own,
hmm
like in between. But it's kind of like I wish I had like some live stuff that I could
hmm
just kind of because I. But you probably know Jonathan. Um, I've got a buddy down in Georgia, and he seems like he's putting out a song like every week,
Yeah.
and it's just and it's like the new way to like you don't do records anymore.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. It's just
release
straight singles, man.
10 singles, and then at the end you
Yeah.
go, oh yeah, this is a record.
Yeah. That's the thing with me too. Is like I don't. I really want to get like a cohesive work together. That's really what I'm trying. Like the EPs were recorded the same day. I had all 8 of those at the same time. They were all done the same day. But I just didn't feel like they were connected enough to be an album. So I was like, I'll just do 2 EPs because I was mainly just putting it out because when I would play a show, people were like, "Hey, where can I listen to
Where
your
can we
stuff?"
find
And
it?
and I'd have to be like, "Oh, I actually don't have anything right now." So I was tired of doing that, so I just threw it up, and now look, it's doing great. So I got lucky, I guess.
Well, and I like albums too, but I really think the consumer, the public, don't
hmm
really care about that so much.
Yeah, no.
Uh, I mean, I saw a what was it, I think it was maybe Brothers Osborne. It was some kind of interview that popped up on my Instagram, and no, I know who it was. Muscadine Bloodline.
Okay.
They were going to release their album as like some EPs, and somebody goes, "Name a famous EP,"
Yeah,
and they were like,
exactly. Yeah.
I guess it's
Yeah.
going to be an album."
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's any wrong way to do it anymore, man.
Yeah, just kind of go with what feels right.
So, if people want to find stuff, have you got a website?
Best way to find me is Instagram, Nathan Best Music. I got a link tree there that goes to
Okay.
any streaming service, YouTube, TikTok, upcoming shows. I'm on Bands in Town, so you can see. I also have that linked to my Spotify, so you can go in the events section and see what I'm playing. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up, so pretty excited. It's getting cool, man. I'm getting to kind of travel around a little bit more, and I got some talks from people a little further away now. We're trying to make some Texas stuff happen, some
There you go.
California stuff happen, and maybe even some Seattle and that area happen.
And again, that's the good thing about you working. And
Yeah.
it's like when all the pressure is on you making a living doing it,
Mhm.
you make some bad decisions. Like I played some terrible shows,
Yeah. Just
four
to have
hour
the
shows,
money.
4 hour shows. So everybody got $100 a piece, and it was like,
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't keep
Yeah.
doing this. But now I can say yes or I can say no.
Hmm.
I can drive like Idaho is 22 hours away from me, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. When it's all said and done, there will be no profit from that. But I can't wait to go there and see it.
Yeah.
Um, well, people, listen. Nathan is he's got a kick-ass voice. All the music that he has out right now, if you're into, and I hate to put labels on stuff, but uh, he is Appalachian, and he is singing that soulful, rural like mountain style growl, and he wears Vans, and so he's not just your regular old Appalachian hipster. Uh, and he's a firefighter, so he's out saving lives. He's probably been on some kind of calendar with his shirt off. So
Yeah,
uh,
we're in the middle of pulling all those from the internet right now, so we're getting on
it's DEI, man.
it.
Everybody's gonna lose their job. Uh, well, man, thanks for taking a little bit of time with me.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
I'm excited for everything that's happening for you, and I'm like I said, I this is one of the first times where I had somebody on that I didn't know anything about a
Yeah,
week ago, and those guys put me onto you, and I listened to it on the airplane coming home, and since I've been home, and uh, you got a really cool story, man, and
thanks,
I
brother.
wish you nothing but the best.
I
Hopefully, I can get
appreciate
you at
you,
the barn sometime too.
dude. Hey, anytime, man. For real, I would love that. That would be
All right,
great.
brother. Well, hey, everybody, go check him out. Nathan Best. He's from West Virginia. He's on all the things: Spotify, Instagram, everything. He's probably coming to a town near you because it sounds like he's traveling pretty extensively this summer. Uh, Buddy, good luck with everything. And
Thank you.
everybody, thanks again for watching Every Damn Friday.